And we want to welcome everybody to Heber City, Utah. This is Wasatch High School boys basketball on StingTV. I'm Brent Martindale with Ken Purdy and Corey Lang and the gang, and all the students that are running this broadcast, this stream. We compliment you. You're doing a great job, especially amongst some technical difficulties.
I got more microphones on me than really one man should ever have.
So hopefully you're hearing us, and hopefully you're seeing everything that we want you to see. So the Wasatch High School Wasps at 1-4 in Region 7 and 6-8 overall are hosting the Spanish Fork Dons. The Dons also 1-4 in Region 7, Ken, in a really tough Region 7, and 4-10 overall. We were looking a little bit at Spanish Fork's schedule. They have definitely played some tough teams and some tough losses.
Wow, yeah.
And they are ranked. The RPI came out this week, and they are ranked 25th. The Wasatch Wasps, as we mentioned, 1-4 in this region. Couple of tough, close losses here in the region. That's put them at 1-4. But they are ranked 14th in the RPI, which shows that they have played some really tough teams and won some tough games as well.
Well, one could say we're watching the cellar dwellers. I know it's a little bit of a derogatory term.
In a tough region.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But fight nonetheless, and to keep that RPI up, you got to win every week.
Yeah.
And you want to be in that top, how many ever they're going to take, or you're not going to get invited to the tournament. So every game's important.
And here we go. We have the tip-off. Spanish Fork.
And JJ, Drew, they are not in the same weight class.
Yeah. Spanish Fork center is 6'8". He is averaging 14 points a game.
And I'll bet he
and there's right off.
Anchors the
line. That is a deflection. So
defensively.
Already 20 seconds, 15 seconds down to the shot clock, and there's a steal by Spanish Fork. I'm guessing these teams very similar.
Yeah.
In size and style. They are so far. There's a three-pointer, first one of the game, and wrestled down by J.J. Seri is the rebound. Quick passing.
Very unselfish.
J.J. takes his first three-pointer.
Nice
Good.
J.J. going to get lit up really early, and that's not a good sign for the team in red.
J.J. Seri himself averaging 17 points a game.
Little 1-3-1 zone. Little trap element on the side.
There's
That's a nice move by big man.
Rebound is good and got that put back. That's Ethan Beckstead. Beckstead with 10 points. Four guys Ken averaging at least 10 points a game.
And you like when it's distributed like that because anybody can hurt you at any given time. Good ball movement. Nice patience.
JJ takes a little pump fake. He's immediately covered.
That's super unselfish, but he could have banged that one.
Another three-pointer, J.J. Seri, good.
Feeling it.
2 3-pointers in a minute. JJ's got 6. As we mentioned, Dunn leading this team, 14 points a game. And he is listed at 6'8", and he looks 6'8".
Yeah, and athletic, guys. I mean, this kid can move.
He looks like Michael Orr, the big basketball player.
I think
when he was playing basketball. Besides, we got a little confusion going on here at the table. The referee giving I don't know what that is, but nothing changed. The clock didn't change. The shot clock didn't change. Shot clock is down to 20 seconds is all for Spanish Fork. We are anxious to hear. There's a steal. That's Ethan Moore. He's going to go coast to coast, and he scores the bucket.
I would say right now JJ leads the team in scoring, rebounds, and steals.
And there's a quick foul.
Yeah.
Going to be called. That's the first foul of the game, whereas the girls' game earlier, we're at, 5:45 in the game. There was already 7 fouls called at this point of the game.
You probably discourage fouls far away from the basket. I guess the best way to put it is probably not probably ill-advised foul given right there, but
there's a steal, close, almost a steal by Miles Brown. We want to welcome to the broadcast, to the stream, Corey Lang. Corey, dude, you got to be huffing and puffing all the stuff you've been doing with the technical. I can hear you.
Yes, sir.
You can't hear us. Let's see. Would that be? Well, I don't know if these matter. If we're still supposed to be using those. J.J. Seri takes the shot. He got in there. No good.
Got moved out a little bit. J.J.'s so...
Dunn kicks it out. Swarming defense. Wasatch not allowing a three-point shot on that series, Ken. Dunn got the rebound, went up for the shot, and he was fouled by J.J. Seri. We need to keep an eye on that. His first personal foul of the night.
I think, probably what I'm thinking early on is I'd like to keep Miles Brown out of foul trouble. We haven't seen 100% of Miles because he's always been in foul trouble our last few broadcasts. So I'd like to see him stay out of foul trouble. And yeah. Brent and I were talking about, Corey, the further away from the basket, the more ill-advised that, you want to get fouls right there. So
Aaron Dunn makes both free throws, and those are his first points of the night. J.J. Seri, another three-pointer, just this time off the back iron. Boy, it was straight on, though.
2 for 3 on there.
Shot.
Very nice move.
Beautiful shot that time.
A little battle
by Landon Leatherwood. Rebound is going to be given to, and they're going to call the foul. So Caleb Smith is rewarded for that hard work on that rebound.
Young man.
Three guys around him.
Once again, that couldn't be further away from the basket, right? So you don't definitely want to do that. But, man, you're going to hang on that long. Someone's going to get it.
Wasatch up 8-4. Scoring J.J. Seri already with a couple of three-pointers. Ethan Moore, that ball looked like it was knocked out of bounds, but he's saying my fault.
Yeah. Right.
Aaron Dunn had the look, missed it, knocked out of bounds.
Aaron needs to turn and face. Right. And I think JJ's been so hot, they haven't had to do that. Yeah. Yeah, no, absolutely. And really effortlessly, too.
Nate Hinckley checks into the game for Caleb Smith, giving him a breather. J.J. Seri is swarmed immediately. They're going to call a foul. I think Coach McClure's looking over his shoulder for Aaron Dunn. He has taken up a lot of space there.
I want to take you guys back a few years. Springville won the state championship, and they had an all-state center football player that was in the middle there. So this young Mr. Dunn kind of reminds me of that player.
J.J. Seri.
Yeah. And
Miles Brown with that last bucket. It was a three-pointer. This actually fell earlier, so I'm not sure.
I was glad to see Peyton knock that over. I'm not the only one. Peyton, you're in the clear. You're in the club now. I actually caught it, Peyton, so.
Shots.
Yeah.
Spanish Fork with some looks.
Nate
just
Hinckley.
Not getting it. That's going to be J.J. Seri is going to be given his second personal foul.
Nate did a great job flying at that three, which just kind of changed the trajectory there a little bit. And there we go. When you do this a little bit, I was watching some other broadcasts. I was trying to get on the last feed in the Salem Hills, And I noticed some of the other feeds, Corey, they don't have the score up there. So you're always waiting for them to pan over there. So I love it. Score, I mean, how professional is that?
At the line for Spanish Fork is Austin Weeks. Weeks missed the first free throw. So they did give the foul to J.J. Siri, but it wasn't on. I thought it was Aaron Dunn, but it wasn't. It was Weeks.
Yeah.
Weeks hits the second free throw.
Carson Banke checks in. Nate Hinckley's in. Lind, Moore, and Miles Brown.
Spanish Fork down 5-11 here early on with a couple of three-pointers by there's Sam Lind. Spin move. Oh, and he had the wide open look.
Yeah, so wide open you miss it. And as Corey would always say, that's a mismatch right there.
Aaron Dunn. Talk about mismatch. Aaron Dunn is tenacious. He's very strong.
Sam saying that my bad. I don't think he rotated down in front of that. They're going to want to front that young man. Yeah.
Little 12-footer good for Ethan Moore.
Boy, that was smooth.
Moore now has 4 points.
Again, I like to see those baskets come off passes, making the defense move. I mean, you can't argue with it when you're feeling it. And
three-pointer up, no good. Rebound, tipped in.
I like how the big man.
Not in, excuse me, Greg Gage Christensen.
Nice touch pass by the big man.
Yeah.
And that would be Aaron Dunn. I don't want to offend his parents by calling him big man, but that is a compliment.
Yeah, that's a compliment.
So you know.
Sam Lind missed the three-pointer. 13-7 is the lead. 2 minutes left here in this first quarter. There's another beautiful touch pass. The touch pass by Beckstead got it to who else? Aaron Dunn. Dunn racking up the points. He's up to 6.
So Coach McClure stole this from Coach Hull, or vice versa, because we're both running that little trap defense.
Miles Brown. Boy, that was a big wall he had to shoot over.
Yeah,
Aaron
it was.
Dunn coming out on him.
That affected him a little bit. Miles is usually pretty solid. Like Corey and I have mentioned before, probably one of the purest shooting forms in the team. Yeah, and that was a big man, and I guarantee you.
Sam Lind wrestles the rebound away. Ethan Moore gets it down. No, and it's knocked out of bounds. So Wasatch will have the ball under the basket.
Boys as the girls, we are so unselfish. Like I would have pulled up and hit that jumper and, smacked that off the backboard, but.
Miles Brown.
Oh, nice job, Miles.
Wow,
he's a really good take.
Just didn't fall.
Good shot. So we're not taking a bad shot tonight. Everything's been under control.
Boy, a steal that time. Once again by Ethan Moore.
Oh.
Ethan Moore almost has it taken away. Instead, he pulls up for a three-pointer. Good.
I thought Ethan was going to give Carson an alley there, so I was waiting for that.
So the lead is 15-9. Almost another steal there. There is another steal. Hinckley.
Yeah, nice job. Nate's come in and great job defensively.
Hinckley gets the steal and then was immediately fouled. So they're going to be a little bit of foul trouble for these teams. That's going to be 2 fouls for Gage Christensen. He'll come out of the game.
I go to my phone to bring up Deseret News, and I end up looking at emails, and I'm like, what am I doing here? Locking it back in. I'm watching some good basketball as well.
I do have Deseret News here with stats for Spanish Fork. Oh, there's a steal. And they're going to call the foul on Ethan Moore.
That's tough because you got the last possession, you got the last shot.
Yeah. A little frustration. That's 2 on Ethan that we don't need, and Caleb's going to check in for him.
It was Landon Leatherwood that actually got the steal, knocked it out of his hands, and then it was out of bounds. So
Jacob Balch checks in. We haven't seen Jake very much. And and immediately he gets the low post drop.
Holy smokes. He's on Aaron Dunn.
He gladly rotated out of that.
I watched Balch play a little bit, and he's a hustler. He is speedy and fast. Aaron Dunn, boy, they got the
touch.
Good movement.
Dunn had the opportunity.
Great ball
for
movement.
the
Yeah,
shot.
it was fantastic. Number 4 in the corner, a horrible pass, caught it, squared up, and then Aaron Dunn, he's got a nice little touch.
You can see there as we end the first quarter of the student section. I'm not sure what the red triangles are, so we'll have to find out what that
red
is.
flag night. I don't know
Okay.
what that means, and
I don't either.
So Wasatch takes a 15-9 lead into the second quarter. And like I said, we haven't had Corey tonight earlier with the girls game, but
it looked like a good one from everything that I saw. It was typical, like we talked about Coach Hull. She has a stamp, her style on that team for sure, and boy, they're fun to watch.
A lot of girls rotate too. She played a lot of girls, and I'm seeing a lot of people. I'm seeing the coaches find the benefit in rotating some kids out early in these games. There's some games you can't do that, right? The pressure's so intense. They're rotating some younger kids, some kids I haven't seen a lot of time, rotating them early because you're going to need them down to the end of the season. And Jake's going to stay in as the quarter opens. Jake, Carson, Caleb, Nate, and Miles, and one starter.
Yeah, only one
two.
starter.
Well, Caleb starts too.
That's right, Caleb.
No offense, Caleb.
So to start the second quarter, Spanish Fork takes ball out half court, down 9-15. Both of these teams anxious for a region win tonight. Wasatch, as we mentioned earlier, going to be a little offensive foul.
I think he stepped on the line is what.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yep.
Okay,
Got
gotcha.
pressure, just got it pushing in the corner a little bit and stepped on the line.
I thought I saw him do an elbow, but
I'll tell you what,
that makes
too,
more sense. So,
and we talked about, we call them the cellar dwellers, both these teams, the bottom of the region, but these matter when you're in the RPI.
yes.
Because you've got to win these games, that, especially at home.
As we mentioned, Wasatch ranked 14th, so they might be, Sam Lind, getting the open shots.
Staying active.
Well, he's working his tail off for that and not going to get it.
He's getting a lot of attention.
Yeah,
Yes,
I'd like to see him move the ball around and, like Corey said, get him a screen or something. Coach McClure's not going to let that happen every time down the floor.
Well, and sometimes when that person, whether it's Sam or whoever it is getting face guarded or demanding that much attention, they turn into the screener.
Right.
Because you're going to occupy the two guys.
There's a
the guy you're
steal by
screening
Lind.
and yours.
Caleb Smith. No, they're going to call. They're going to call the offensive foul.
I saw that coming.
That was number 5, Ryan Olson for the Dons.
Little-
Looked like he got there in time
Little
to.
shoulder in there.
I'm watching the monitor. I wanted to see if our truck had the replays up yet, but it did. He was set, gathered, and there was a lower. I mean, that was a good call.
High pressure against the guards, way up high.
Yeah, they're doing a good job with this pressure of making them use a lot of time and floor, just trying to get it down into something set.
Mr. Dunn can pass.
Dunn really does look like he has
Very
multiple
soft touch.
tools.
Yeah. And you know where that's beneficial is you're going to crash on him, right?
Right.
He's a threat underneath there, and you can kick it off. And
This is Ethan Beckstead shooting free throws for Spanish Fork. Misses the first.
they get one of these here. It's a 5-point game, gentlemen. Much closer than I'm sure Coach McClure would like to see.
Beckstead is one of those players averaging 10 points a game
Boy,
for Spanish Fork. Misses both free throws. So it remains 15-9. Neither team has scored here in the second quarter. Both teams showing heavy pressure on the guards.
Well,
way
yeah.
up high.
I think Coach McClure.
Miles Brown.
There's a good play.
Coach McClure listened to Corey because you notice they spread that out and they started the offense way in those corners, above the timeline. So Coach McClure's he's coached a little ball in his time. Nice adjustment.
Ball knocked out of bounds by Lind. Checking into the game for Spanish Fork is Tyson Mansfield. Several seniors on this team that contribute.
A little bit about the Doll. 4-10 overall in the season, 1-4 in region. So some good game, but have not put a lot in the win column.
Nate Hinckley's going to be given his second foul. It looked like the drive baseline, Hinckley trying to cut it off.
It's some super close games. I think, Brent, you mentioned that earlier, that Spanish has been involved in some tight games.
Yeah. Boy, Aaron Dunn showing a lot of different tools, as we mentioned.
It's well designed, well executed.
Miles Brown, three-pointer good.
Man, inside, outside. Miles,
you get that layup, and sometimes that just builds that.
Yeah.
Now the outside ones start falling down.
And now they have to come out on him.
Yep.
Lots of passing. Spanish Fork. There's a shot. Oh, they get it to Dunn. Boy, he was in that key a long time. Holy smokes.
And now it's coming from a volleyball coach. I was just about ready to say, wow, could that be 3 seconds?
So the bucket for Spanish Fork cuts the lead to 7.
Coach McClure getting some
Coach McClure
clarification on.
And I think he's telling the same thing. Well, he was talking about how long he was,
Yeah, he's like,
I'd like to see him move once in a while out of there, but
you got to step out on the block. Well, and if I critique Mr. Dunn anyway, he is really far under the basket for a big body like that. Yeah. I'm like, get somebody on your hip, drop step, and move him.
Well, if he's going to be in the key that long, we need to get him a lawn chair. Is what I think. So the lead for Wasatch at one point, the biggest lead of the night was 9. And again, that bucket by Dunn brings it to 7.
And after Coach pointed that out, we might get a quick whistle on a 3-second now from here on out.
After the timeout, 5:22 left here in the first half. Carson Banke still in the game, running the point. There's Nate Hinckley with a three-pointer down the pipe.
It's a great read.
Nothing but net.
Man, my coach would kill me if of course I couldn't shoot that. These kids, this is all day long for these guys. Their range, are they bigger and faster and stronger than we were? I think so.
Aaron Dunn, another beautiful pass. Dunn's got to have 4 assists.
This kid sees the floor. He's 6'8", though. He's got a good vantage point. Okay. Yeah.
They are going to call Aaron Dunn, I think. If that's on Dunn,
that's a great foul that,
that'll be his first personal foul.
Caleb might have been coached a little bit, take it to him if he's going to come get you. Extend out of the key.
Wasatch up 23-15.
Hey, number 11 can shoot.
Hinckley's shooting another three-pointer.
Wow.
Good!
And one.
And he was fouled.
They're trying to play a zone on a team that's hitting shots.
Right.
And they haven't found a rotation to cover those.
Well, and
the first one, Dunn was under the hoop and he was trying to rush out to Hinckley in the wing. This time he started on the outside, somebody else, and it's just they haven't found him.
Gotta love Nate going off a little bit. Hey, listen, we know Caleb Banke can shoot. We've seen it before. Not so much on Nate, and now we know, which bodes well for us down the road. We need some outside scoring.
That gives you another tool, another threat,
and another outside scorer.
Dunn shoots a three-pointer. Rebound goes to Spanish Fork.
Coach, if I'm going to play basketball and lead football come over here, I get to shoot three-pointers. Do whatever you want, Aaron.
I love that. As soon as he shot it, he crashed to the rim.
Yeah,
a lot of them will shoot and then start backpedaling, and
we call it church. We call it church ball. That's how I play deep. Now I'm 3-point line to 3-point line court.
That's
I shoot the three, then I go back and get to the top of the key.
You played with Coach Dudley?
Yeah. There's not a shot that man doesn't like.
And I love it.
Another deflection. Wasatch shot clock down to 13.
Nice
More than three-pointer good. Landed
you can see this young man going off. He's got a nice stroke over there.
We used to call him the roach. Like a cockroach. They just go sit in the corner and wait.
Yep.
That's Leatherwood's first points of the night.
He likes that spot.
And look how we're extending the bang.
Hickey! 3-pointer good.
Coach McClure turned around like, oh, I knew that was going to happen. The Ken Purdy shot in high school was my coach say, no! Okay, good shot, Ken. So
that's the first points for Carson Banky. Another pass down low. And I saw that time he wasn't in there for very long that time. So.
Still, he's so far underneath the basket. That's where he had to be, but he got a nice soft touch.
Great passing. Once again, Dunn leading all scorers with 12. J.J. Seri led Wasatch in the first quarter with 2 3-pointers, but had to come out with 2 fouls.
Coach Lang says it every week, stop the ball. Yep. You've got to stop the ball.
Ball is what scores.
Call the offensive foul. They're going to call an offensive foul. The basket was good.
You got to make.
They're going to wave that off.
And there isn't a circle
Weeks
in high school ball, but it's a 50-50 call.
Right.
Some will call it, some will let it go, and some will. And he was right in that 50-50 area. But
stop the ball, and that stuff doesn't happen. Turn the guy, stop him.
You want to stop him high up at the top of the key.
Absolutely, as soon as you can.
Because if he's smart and he's on it, like he's going to pull up right a foot in front of you and hit that shot. And now he will next time.
J.J. Seri's going to drive and score.
Nice silky smooth.
Aaron Dunn had to come out on him to the 3-point, but a little pump fake. Got Dunn smooth. Just a little off his feet. Dunn's down low. Passes it. Shot is up, no good. Hinckley
Aaron,
with the
shoot
rebound.
that for your team, my friend.
Yeah, Dunn had the wide open look. Nobody in the gym would have questioned if he had just gone for the layup. So
I think his coach is going, what just happened?
The lead is now 11. That's the biggest of the night. J.J. Seri
feeling it.
Seri's been in the game, 40 seconds? And already scored 2 buckets in that time. The lead is now 13, 33-20.
If you're not going to pressure JJ, that's what you're going to get all night long.
Dunn passing it, got it right to his man, off his hands, out of bounds. So Spanish Fork at the moment looking a little frustrated. Hinckley's going to drive. Another move. This time they're going to call J.J. Seri with the travel. He did the same type of move, pump fake, tried and got Aaron Dunn off his feet again. But this time got travel. Boy,
little extra step. He's like, hey.
He had the wide open lane in the dunk, but it not to be. Spanish Fork in desperate need for a bat right there.
I'm not kidding you.
Landon Leatherwood.
That base going up, finish high.
3-pointer. Leatherwood now has 6.
So
ball out of J.J. Seri's hands. Dunn just passes a little ahead of his teammate Christensen, who was sprinting down, and it goes out of bounds. So Spanish Fork has had a few turnovers here on these last few possessions. The 3-pointer by Leatherwood has kept him in the game down 10.
Sam, come off the screen. Get it, slow down.
1 minute left here in this half.
There you go.
Pass down to Lind.
Great pass.
And the foul.
You look at that. You look at where where JJ's looking down the pipe at that, and that's not open. You had to put that perfectly.
Sam Lind gets the bucket.
I don't know if we get a replay on that, but that could not have been.
But if you're Sam, that's exactly what I want you to do. You've got a little bit of mismatch. You're cutting through the lane. If your defender's on your back, stop, sit, let that ball come in.
And usually that's lobbed in a little bit more, Corey, right?
Yeah.
And
the angle was hard.
And he put it on a rope, and it went right through his. I was like, that's going to get smacked away. And
basket good. Lind completes the 3-point play.
And lead extends, and we get Sam off a little bit. That's a good thing.
3-pointer up for the Dons, no good. And who gets the rebound? Boy, that's just what I would just picture him doing that all the time.
Look at this kid get back down the court on defense, too. What do you not love about that?
That was a Shaquille O'Neal move.
Jeez.
I mean, that was – I remember And since Wasatch looks like they're going to take the last shot, I remember College of Eastern Utah, watching them practice. And one of their big guys, the kid from New York, finally went up, did a move like that, dunked it. He stopped the group, had them all run lines. He says, why did I make you run? And it was just simply because Sam Lind at the buzzer.
Sam forced
there's still time. What a heads up.
Oh, nice job,
Boy, almost done.
Jake,
Lind took the
only
shot.
one on the floor.
Yeah.
I realized.
Coach, finish your story. I got to hear this.
So he had the guys run because he just did this monster move, two-hand jammed it, and he said, why did I make you run? And the kid looked at him, he says, because I've been holding back. And everybody in the gym knew, and it was a really cool lesson. All right, well, anyway, enough of the stories. Halftime score, 36-25. Wasatch at the moment looking good. Here's some replays.
There's that charge.
Calling that charge.
And if he hadn't lowered that shoulder, he might have gotten away with it, but it's a dead giveaway as soon as you lower down. And
Miles, nice inside-outside game.
And I like whoever, I've seen it a couple different looks when whoever Dunn is guarding, if he's not coming all the way out, they're shooting over the top because they've now taken a rebounder out of the equation.
Yeah.
If he's coming all the way out, now they're just trying to drive by.
So the halftime lead, 36-25. Thank you for joining us on StingTV. Any other final thoughts, guys? All right, we'll let you watch. I think this is drill. Thanks for joining us on StingTV. We'll be right back with the second half.
Also, for your halftime entertainment, Wasatch High School is proud to present to you the Wasatch High School Dance Company. It's so exciting to reward their company on Hip Hop Tonight. Also, ladies and gentlemen, as we're getting set up for our Wasatch High School cheerleader, we want to tell you that they are the brand new 5A Northern Region champions for Wasatch Cheer tonight. Next Friday, they will be competing for the 5A state tournament and title. Best of luck to all of our cheerleaders as they brought home the trophy last night. Once again, big congratulations goes out to the Wasatch High School cheerleaders for bringing home the new 5A Northern Utah Championship. They would also like to make Mountain Land one stop along the Mountain Land Auto. Country Green Nursery and Mountain Refine, Mountain West Trailers, Poison Creek Furniture, Clenching, Silver Shack, and Rain Tree Development right now.
Okay, everybody, welcome back to Wasatch High School. Wasatch boys right now, halftime of their game, up 36-25 over the Spanish Fork Dons. But for a couple of minutes, we are with Audrey Hull, the head coach of the girls, Wasatch High School girls team. Their game was 63-38 over the Spanish Fork Dons. A big win for you, Coach. Congratulations. Let's talk about that game. Kind of a heavy foul fest. We were talking about never seen so many fouls. I mean, there were 7 fouls called before 4 minutes of the game had gone. And I know that just happens sometimes. But was there a different emphasis in aggressiveness defensively this week in practice, or just one of those things?
No, it was just the refs calling different than they have all year. So I guess we had some college referees tonight, maybe.
Really?
Or something.
Okay.
So they were a little bit picky, but they also were able to pick up some of the Spanish travel calls that maybe the high school refs wouldn't have.
Well, okay.
So it kind of balanced out for us. But yeah, we start out rough, getting them to the 5 fouls in the first quarter right away. So we like to be aggressive in the press, and so we did have to tone it down.
And the region right now is so good. Spanish Fork themselves. I mean, all 7 teams are ranked in the RPI in a spot that they could all play in the tournament. How is it right now? I know we'll talk about the next 2 weeks in a second, but preparation for it. We had a chance to talk with Peyton Banky. It was our first chance to meet her, and she's even sitting here. She was just focused. We just want to win region. Is that a common talk, or do you not want to over talk it too much? How's that work?
Well, of course, I want to take one game at a time.
Okay.
We believe if we take one game at a time and take care of us, then we have that chance, since the region is tied, that we could take region. But we got to take care of every game in front of us. So,
well, let's talk about
one at a time.
Let's talk about your next 2 weeks. It's big, and again, I know you're one game at a time. You gotta probably have a picture of Tent View up on your wall, though, and but still, it's like you can't get there if you don't win the next game.
Right. Yeah, definitely they're on our radar, but we have to take care of business each game, because any team on any night
Maple Mountain
can win. Yeah,
coming up. They're really good.
Maple's had some good wins, and so you can't overlook any team in our region right now. They're all competitive and can have a great night on them.
We're going to keep talking with you. In fact, you can give us any feedback, color on the boys' game while we're talking to you. Okay. I'm looking at players. You had 3 different players with 10 points. You had Feely with 13, Ashley Garner 16, Peyton Banky 19. Spread out really well, or what is the game plan with that?
Well, they're usually our top 3 scorers, but our last game we had multiple contributors during the Salem Hills game, so that was nice by Sam.
Yeah, Sam Lind, really, really active on defense and coast to coast. So the preparations, the girls just seem focused right now in practice, and they're working hard, or are there some specific things you really have to work on?
Well, the great thing about this team is we don't have to have any big overhauls. We're just working on little things, trying to get better and better at little things like box out, taking care of our possessions, talking on defense, getting to the right spots. And so it's really nice to be able to focus on the details and not have to do a major overhaul.
Any injuries right now? Anything to report on the team?
No. Luckily, we're all healthy, and that's really important going forward, that the kids stay rested and stay healthy.
Audrey Hull, head coach of the Wasatch girls basketball team. Big win tonight, 63-38 over Spanish Fork. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes. And
thank you, and good luck to the boys. They're looking good.
All right, Audrey Hull in her, this is your 3rd season?
Yes.
3rd season coaching here at Wasatch, and we congratulate you on your success. Best of luck over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you.
All right, Wasatch boys, 3-pointer by Miles Brown, no good, and thank you very much. Earlier, the bucket by Aaron Dunn for Spanish Fork. There's a steal, Ethan Brown. Nobody looking, and Spanish Fork comes away with it. Spanish Fork working really hard, but still down 10, and another steal. Miles Brown, they've got a 2-on-1. JJ Seri misses it, but that is Ethan Moore with the follow-up tip in, and right now things not working well for Spanish Fork, and Wasatch taking advantage. 3-pointer, Spanish Fork, that time it's good. 3-pointer by Gage Christensen, and quickly head coach Garrett Johnson calls the timeout. He wants to talk to his guys. Got a little sloppy there, but hey, the 3-pointer always brings you back.
Oh, right? My gosh, and we said that before. It is the equalizer sometimes. and Christensen shooting that. He's probably shot 4 or 5 of those, so we know he's got the green light. He starts hitting them.
Ken, we had as you saw, just had a chance to talk with, and we see replays here. There's Miles Brown, and here, boy, this could have been a great little alley-oop, but there was a great follow-up that time by Ethan Moore. So
Ethan's active there. Yeah, great interview. And Coach Hull's always going to be great interview. She knows ball, and what you can't congratulate her enough. What she's done with that team. She's like, the girls are playing. I'm like, girl, you got the girls playing, Coach.
You know, I asked her if there's any worry about looking ahead. She says no, they're so grounded.
Yeah,
it's just one game at a time.
Unselfish. And you know, the other catalyst, I think a lot of people, she's got a great staff too.
Yeah.
Those ladies down there that help her, and she said it before. She goes, I've handpicked them, and that's all around. She's put herself in a position to win.
Wasatch breaking the full court press.
Some patience. That's
JJ Sari with the pass from Miles Brown.
Miles could have went up with that. Little patience. Here comes the trap. See, the pass will expose that.
No good. JJ Sari comes down with it, sprinting down. Kick out to Ethan Moore. Three-pointer good.
Feeling it tonight. Everybody.
Just like that. 14-point lead for Wasatch. Aaron Dunn's going to be called with the offensive foul.
And and I laugh about that. Aaron's just a big man. He's like, what?
JJ went flying.
He's a classy kid too, number 33. He's like,
so the basket's no good, and the offensive foul, and there's quickly a steal, and the pass to, and the layup missed. Boy, they had the open look. That was
Spanish got.
That was Austin Weeks and Landon Leatherwood working it, but just couldn't make it fall.
Yeah.
They got their own rebound. I think there was a foul charged on Wasatch, but I don't see.
I thought it was a jump. That was a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Yeah,
okay.
No
Thank you. Aaron Dunn with the board. He's going to go back up, and he gets fouled.
Aaron, don't be so unselfish.
Because that's exactly what it can do. You got a foul on JJ.
Yeah, you got to be a little more selfish in there, kiddo. That's your domain.
They actually called the foul on Miles Brown. So Wasatch right now with 4 players with 2 fouls, which you can't say is foul trouble.
No, but you're getting one, right? You get one more, then you got to sit a kid, and you got to kind of hold him out until the fourth quarter.
Nate Hinckley checks into the game. Nate, a couple of 3-pointers in that second quarter.
And these are not bad fouls either. We critiqued a little earlier when we're fouling way beyond the 3-point line, way far away from the basket.
Aaron Dunn makes both.
Those are good fouls.
Aaron Dunn, 19 points.
Yeah, quietly.
19 of the 33 points.
And he ended that second half like what this kid's capable of.
JJ pump fake, going to drive to the bucket. And he called the offensive foul.
You have got to be kidding me. If we get a replay on that, cleared him out? Come on.
Wow.
And Coach McClure's all the way on the floor. He's stopping him. There's no rhyme or reason there, Brent. That was ridiculous.
And just like that, what we mentioned, JJ Sari now with 3 fouls.
And we got a gimme coming back. He's like, never mind. You gave the ball back to us. No harm, no foul. Coach is smiling like, whatever.
Aaron Dunn gets called for the travel.
Wow, I cannot believe a clear out on that on JJ.
Wasatch comes down with a 12-point lead, 45-33.
And that gives JJ 3 fouls, Coach. And we just talked about that. When you start getting in that area, you got to be careful because you can't lose him at the end of the game. This ends up being tight.
It's like you almost have to take him out for these next 3 minutes.
Coach is going to leave him in there. And, JJ's a smart player. He's not going to. But Coach he's looking at the staff going, do we leave him in or do we do?
Sam Lind with the drive baseline gets fouled, and he will shoot 2. Spanish Fork now has Austin Weeks with 3 fouls. He's going to come out of the game.
6th point for Sam Lind. I want to mention Ethan Moore offensively has been on fire. He got 11 points right now.
Lind makes both. Lind, having been swarmed all night, still with 7 points.
Well, like Coach
and lots of steals. And
Coach Lang mentioned they had a little boxing one on him this, early in the game. That's a beautiful
done.
And that's more of a clear out than what JJ did. Just by the way,
I was thinking.
Nice job, Eth.
Miles Brown wide open 3, no good.
Get that little big
JJ
roll.
almost got the tip in, but here comes Spanish Fork. Boy, a couple wide open 3s, they didn't take it. So spin move, that's going to be a foul.
That's more of a player control. There's 2 of them right there.
Yeah, that's.
Coach, did you see the foul on JJ? Player control. Smooth to the basket. He says he cleared him out. He put his hand and cleared him out. And we just witnessed 2 of them down there that were violent compared to JJ's.
Sam Lind is going to be given his first foul. And at the line for Spanish Fork is Ethan Beckstead.
Nice young official, though. I think he does a pretty good job. I wanted to discourage.
You guys, talking about officials, Audrey Hull just told me in the interview that tonight's girls' game, a couple of those guys were college referees. And she thinks that's why maybe there were so many.
I could see
travel.
The young lady and the younger of the gentlemen being, but.
And I don't know which ones were or who was, but kind of interesting. So Carson Banky's going to check in for Ethan Moore.
That might explain the quick whistle.
For JJ, so JJ is going to come out.
Yeah, got 3 fouls.
They're up 13, 47-34.
Like Brent mentioned, we had a bunch of guys 5 minutes ago, 3 minutes ago with 2 fouls.
That's
and
a
then
kick, yeah.
JJ gets an offensive foul, which I don't know was warranted, and changes the game a little bit.
Yeah, I think basketball, I don't know, I'm trying to think of another sport that the official has such an impact on it.
Yeah, you know what? That's a really good point, Corey. I never thought about that. You don't get that in football or, soccer. You can get a red card, right? You could, they can't do it again, but.
Spanish Fork desperately needing a score on this possession, and they get it.
That one.
Great baseline take.
That's
minor travel.
Jacobson. That'll be Jacobson's first bucket of the night. He's a junior.
I don't know that we've seen him before, but
and that was a very athletic drive.
He's built like a running back.
Miles Brown short on that 3-pointer.
I'd love to see, if Dunn is going to guard him on the outside and he's going to take that shot. The other 4 guys besides Miles needs to be crashing that.
Yeah, 100%, Corey.
That's
drive. That's 2 on the baseline. The 2 on the baseline that nobody's contesting.
Ethan Beckstead again.
JJ's in there. That gets contested.
The lead was 15. Now it's 9 for Wasatch. 2 minutes left. Miles Brown on Aaron Dunn. He's going to do a little baby hook. No good. Boy, that was a pretty good look.
Field goal percentage goes down, and and Spanish is taking high percentage shots, guys. They've been in the paint. Everything they're taking. There's another one.
Another drive. This time misses. Miles Brown got the rebound, and he will be fouled.
That was a great drive, a great look for Spanish.
Man, there's some Spanish Fork has got the all football team right there. There's some broad shoulders there.
They're solid.
There's some thick kids.
Foul was given to Brock Jacobson, who we just mentioned a minute ago.
But really high percentage shots that Spanish is getting and converting, and you can see they're in the game here.
Wasatch is going to take a timeout. The lead is 9 for Wasatch. We're going to take a minute and mention our sponsors while you're watching replays here. We mentioned also one of our sponsors, that we've had over the years, One Stop, and the newly remodeled The Hub restaurant.
Wow.
And we've just heard absolutely nothing but wonderful things about the new remodel.
You might want to mention Clint Kelly Construction. He did my deck. Clint has done a couple of homes, built a couple of decks and whatnot in my neighborhood. He does such good work.
You might be wondering why we're mentioning him. He's now one of our sponsors for StingTV. So
I got some clarification on what the red flags are.
Oh, I did too, yes.
A spin on the white lies. So it's red flags. You write down what your red flag is.
Oh, okay. I got
you. So I'm curious, Ken, what's your red flag?
Whoa, I got a lot of them, Corey. I
don't have enough flags over there.
I was going to say, they do not look big enough to...
They asked me what mine was.
So I walked over and I looked at a few of them, and it was kind of fun.
It's kind of funny.
I dated a gamer. Spent too much on fast food.
Yeah.
Gamer I've seen several too many games. Mine, I told the kids, I said, I watch too many Marvel movies, so.
Yeah.
And I could probably be reading a good book or something, so. Even more heavy pressure coming out of the timeout. Shot clock down to 20. Now it's down to 17. Almost taken away.
Yeah.
They're going to call a foul. That's going to be, again, I'm betting that is Jacobson. Jacobson hustling out there on the floor right now.
Yeah, I feel like Spanish knows that they're right in a spot, into the third quarter. You're only down 9. Like, this is a great opportunity to close that gap and make a run at it.
Yeah, with another stop here.
Or vice versa. Yeah. Let Wasatch get that double point lead going.
I'm sure Coach McClure, the issue was slow it down.
Ethan Moore.
Who are you going to give that to?
Just be very deliberate.
Who are you going to give that to?
Yeah, it kind of got bailed out with.
Yeah, they gave it to Landon Leatherwood.
Okay, good. Now, not good for Wasatch, but good for Spanish. Mr. Dunn gets that. He's at 3. But I'm sure Coach McClure looked like he said, take your time a little bit. Let's run some clock.
Ethan Moore at the line for Wasatch.
That's 12 at the bank for Ethan. Good scoring night for him.
Easily his best scoring night in the last few weeks that we have seen.
He does so many things well. You see Ethan defensively and the motor that doesn't stop, and it's good to see him knock some shots down.
It looks like right now the strategy is McClure's bringing JJ in for offense, taking him out on defense. That's going to be a quick foul. Carson Benke.
That was a quick period. What I was going to mention is Nate Hinckley, who was hot in the first half, I don't know that he's got a look.
Yeah.
So once again.
Probably by design, I would imagine.
Once again, Spanish Forks taking some high percentage shots, got himself back in the game, and we're doing something a little bit different.
Ethan Beckstead at the line for the Dons. I got to say, I don't think the Dons are shooting at the line more than 30% tonight. They have missed a lot of free throws.
I'd like to see Caleb Benke get going a little bit. I just see little snippets of that kid, and he is going to be a outstanding player.
Both free throws missed by Beckstead.
Boy, everything Sam does is just so hard.
Yeah, they've been keyed on him all night long.
Yeah,
whether it's box one, a double,
and I'm with you, Corey.
Contact.
I just think you just get him down on a low post, let him come off a couple screens, turn around, catch the ball,
make it easier for him.
Yeah,
he's working really hard for everying.
Sam Lind at the line. He will shoot 2. For the last 47 seconds of this quarter, fouls are going to bring free throws. Well, that sometimes can be big.
But,
absolutely.
And the longer he goes without scoring too, he gets a little frustrated. He presses a little bit more. Just to let him catch and fire, come off and do that. I get what he's doing. He really is outstanding on the take on the one-on-one.
Sam Lind, 9 points. 6 of those here in this third quarter.
And from the charity stripe is where we really need him.
That looked like a backdoor.
Yeah,
almost.
it absolutely was.
Dancing with it.
Spanish Fork. Shot clock 25 seconds. Game clock at 35. There's a three-pointer, no good. And it's going to be
So I just think that just
taken by Wasatch, 26 seconds.
silly possession by Spanish Fort.
And yet, you know, he would have been the hero if he'd made that three-pointer.
Great read though here on.
The steal.
See, that's
Landon
just too
Leatherwood.
much. See, and again, Sam's pressing. He's all that transpired in the W in the middle of the court, which is
Well, you got 18 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
like Corey
So
said,
you wanted composure, bring it out.
so far away from the basket.
It was almost like he was a little too composed.
Yeah.
Coach
Close enough
McClure's
to
not happy
protect.
with that.
And he was upset. He was telling the guys, I'm sorry, my fault.
Yeah.
And I would imagine he'll learn from that. That won't ever happen again tonight. So
Sam's such a great player.
Leatherwood makes the first free throw.
JJ's takes what's given to him. You know, he never feels like he's pressing too much.
And he makes both. Brings the lead back to 10. The biggest lead of the night for Wasatch has been 15.
And Sam's going to need a blow, too, because that chest is going up and down.
10 seconds left here in the third quarter. Wasatch the opportunity to have one final shot. It'll be Lind, takes it short.
That's a tired.
Moore gets it. He's going to have a three-pointer at the buzzer and no good. So
that was short because Sam's tired. Hey,
So-
what about that JJ guy who was shooting the lights out of the first of the game? He could have been a guy to take that last shot, but Monday morning quarterbacking as I'm interrupting.
Well, that's what we do, right?
Yeah.
Halftime. Sorry. Entering into the fourth quarter, the lead is 10. Wasatch up 50 to 40.
These games went quick tonight. I said that in the group rules game. I thought it was the beginning of the fourth quarter. There's 4 minutes left. I was like,
So more sponsors. We want to make sure we thank Phone Doc. You haven't been to Phone Doc, you have to make a trip there. Just go take a look at the stuff. That was the thing I was most impressed. I went in for something about it, and they told me they could do it, but then I just spent the next 20 minutes looking at all their stuff. And
they're magicians when it comes to a screen crack that can drive you nuts, by the way. Man.
there's the signs that we talked about earlier, the students. I would, what are you calling that, like a self-awareness campaign of some type? Or?
Well, you know, the young mind, anything they can think of. And they're a lot more productive here on a Friday night than anywhere else.
It's been a great crowd on both sides.
Yeah, look at the crowd. Look at the people. Look at a lot of superintendents in the house. We don't get that all the time. Both a superintendent, assistant superintendent in the house. Of course, Mr.
Nate Hinckley wide open over
Kelly.
on the corner. Sam Lind.
Yeah, and he had some great shots that first half.
Sam just gotta go straight up, straight down.
He's a little frustrated just because of that awareness that they've been very physical and
Yeah, they are.
keyed in on him a lot tonight. So I know he's trying to fight through that. And
JJ
was good.
altering that shot.
He does. You know, for a team that doesn't have a big man, JJ does a lot for us in there. But you do see when it hurts us when we run up against an Orem who has 2 or 3 big guys. JJ not quite weight-wise, stature-wise. He's still a sophomore, guys. You know, he's still growing.
They gave a foul on that play to 15. There is no 15.
that's what I was trying to
on
find.
the floor.
Listen,
and
there's a 10-point game with 7 minutes left. This is where you want to be.
Don't reach. Straight up.
That's a great pass. Wow.
Shot
Super
good.
Selfish play.
Gage Christensen, the lead is now 8. Wasatch hasn't had a score
Number
in
3,
a minute and a half.
young man who just made that, just tweaked his ankle pretty good.
Did he?
And
He's a little ginger.
Man-to-man defense here, swarming man defense.
I like the switch up. I like the man-to-man.
They get it down to JJ. He's going to go
mismatch.
one-on-one. He's got Beckstead on him. Kicks it out. Sam Lynn's going to take the three-pointer short.
I'd like to see Carson take that. He's got to take a little heat off the.
That'll be the third
other dude.
possession. The Wasatch didn't score. They are now at 2 minutes where they haven't scored.
And they're doing this with Dunn on the bench.
I'm telling you, they're getting a high percentage shot.
Basket good by Ethan Beckstead. The lead is 6.
I saw, and listen, I'm a Carson fan, but Carson, you see in him a little bit that he's hesitant to take the shot. He's a sophomore, he's new, but man, I'm telling you what, the kid's, I say you give him the green light. Someone's got to get hot because you got to take a little pressure off of JJ in the paint.
Well, and like you say, Aaron Dunn is on the bench.
Yeah.
It was a really smart substitution. They took him out about 20 seconds on the clock, so he sat that time, the entire break, and now, all in all, it's going to be about a 15-minute sit on the break, and now you're back in, close out. So
I almost wonder if this rotation is causing Wasatch more trouble.
Right?
Yeah. A little quicker. No, I think you're right.
A little quicker. Whereas Dunn alters shots in the key, this is now Wasatch not able to get a shot off.
And they're picking us apart, and they're not doing it from the perimeter. These are layups.
A lot of cuts to the basket.
Cuts, yeah. Hard cuts.
As we mentioned, the timeout by Wasatch.
Aaron Dunn.
Spanish Fork on a 6-0 run.
Got big 33s checking back in.
Well, look at your lineup for Wasatch. You got all 5 guys are shooters from outside.
Yeah.
I look for them to spread the floor really wide. If they're not guarding, they're going to shoot it. And they're going to cut.
6:13 left in the game. Wasatch's lead has dropped from 15 to 6.
But they'll go 5 out and just spread that floor and get movement.
That's exactly what you want.
AJ gets down low. He's one of them. He'll kick it out.
Yep.
Ethan Moore, three-pointer, no good. But the rebound will go to Wasatch. And it's almost taken.
Man.
Lots of reaching going on there.
So I think they're trying to pull Dunn out of the paint so they get that one-on-one. JJ he had to go up and get that off quick.
Look how deep he sags in.
Yeah.
Miles Brown passes up the open three-pointer. JJ won't, takes the three-pointer, no good. Nothing falling for the Wasps at the moment. Here comes Spanish Fork with an opportunity to get within 3.
6-point game.
They've got a couple guys. Yeah, here we are.
Here's the three-pointer. Good. And the foul. The three-pointer.
Great find. They had 2 open shooters on the weak side. Swing the ball. You could see him looking, found his man.
I don't know.
Again, that's one of those fouls by Miles.
What I love to see here is Ashley Garner is sitting in the end underneath our basket, and she put her hands on her head. She's a fan here.
Christensen completes the three-point play, and just like that, the lead is down to 2. Complete change and nothing falling for Wasatch.
And someone turned the lights
Sam
off.
Lind, boy, shot after shot, not falling. Wasatch has not scored in almost 4 minutes.
And there's a lot of confidence on the Spanish Fork side.
I'd love to see Wasatch go for an assist. Who's going to get the first assist? Yeah. It's a lot of spot up, not selfish play because they're good looks.
Three-pointer misses. Here comes Wasatch.
But who can make it easier for their teammate? There you go.
There it is.
Like
Sam Lind.
Yeah, there you go. And one.
Miles Brown with the assist that Corey was just calling for.
Ethan Beckstead for Spanish Fork has been the one killing us underneath. He's a big, strong kid. He's got 7 points right now.
Garrett Johnson will call a timeout for Spanish Fork.
That was exactly what I was wanting.
Just what you called for.
No more spot up, no more shooting around. Get a back cut to the rim, make the pass.
Foul. And you slow the game down a little bit.
Yeah.
Right?
Now you're in control.
And I think it's the whole reason Coach McClure has spread it out that way for this to happen.
So you just add in a couple of things in the mix.
And I don't know.
Shots not falling for Wasatch.
Did Sam get a pick to come off that? I didn't notice it.
He gave it. So if I remember correctly, Sam gave it to Brown.
Yeah, again, as good as. But again, a little bit of a spread the court instead of letting him bring it all the way down the court one-on-one. That's just Magic Johnson does that, right? We don't have Magic Johnson that can start backing a guy down from the. You remember when he used to do that?
Oh yeah.
You'd be like.
I think nowadays, who does that?
Yeah. Oh, Harden.
Yep, probably right. So when we come back after the timeout, Sam Lind has the opportunity to complete
some
three-point play.
concern look on the girls' team over there in the end. I say the end zone, the end bleachers there. They're a little concerned about their counterparts of the boys, and as am I.
And I love to see them here. I love to see the teams supporting each other and all the different groups that come and watch each other and support.
And they feel each other. You know, they feel like when it's a tight game, they're.
So Wasatch lead now is 5.
For game week.
4:25 left. Steal by Lind. Lind's going to have the opportunity. He'll go in.
Get in there.
And he makes the basket.
There we go. Hey, those are some big shots. He must be hurt. He must have heard me throwing a little shade at him up here, because those were smoked.
Lind, as much as we thought he'd been quiet, he was in the first half. Now with 14 points.
Now the leading scorer.
And an opportunity to extend this lead. So that was all Lind, the steal and the bucket. And the three-point play.
Get deep in the legs, get it up there, give it a chance.
The lead grows back to 8. Spanish Fort looks like an extra. I was going to say a little extra energy going on defensively.
And you know what? They're not skipping the ball around like they did before.
The arms are really active. As opposed to the other night when we were watching them, they were kind of down and leaving a gap. They're right in the face and making it difficult to see, let alone make the pass.
No good. Rebound Moore.
I think he's 1 for 10 tonight.
So after the 6-0 run by Spanish, they now have gone cold.
We're lucky he
is.
And
Wasatch on a 6-0 run themselves.
Again. Attaboy. I like that. There you go.
Yeah, you got to look inside first and then that swing.
They've put 22, Beckstead
10
on.
10 seconds on the shot clock. 7 seconds. Miles Brown's going to take a three-pointer. Good!
Ooh.
Downtown Miles Brown.
Boy, and this
that's a 9-0 run. The steal. That was Hinckley. JJ's going to take it himself. No call. They did get the call.
And 2 shots. Hey, where is Dunn? How do you not get that guy in the post and just get it to him?
That's what I'm actually wondering that myself.
What is he standing out here on the perimeter? What's he catching it over here on the three-point line for? The kid's way too good.
JJ Sari, 12 points, shooting 2. I think they ended up giving the foul. I thought it was supposed to be 22.
Did we just go from a 2-point deficit to a 12-point?
It looks like they gave it to.
We were just up by 2. Sam heard me talking crap.
9-0 run is what it is.
I'm just glad we haven't seen what we saw at the end of the last quarter when Dunn went to the ball and dunked it.
JJ makes both free throws. Wasatch shooting easily 80%
look inside
from
there.
A drive is blocked, but they're going to get the foul. So foul charged. I didn't see who it was. I don't know if they ended up giving it to.
Might have been Hinckley.
That's what I thought, Hinckley, but
or JJ maybe.
Looks like they gave it to. Oh, they gave it to. They gave it to JJ. That'll be his 4th. Gage Christensen will shoot both. He makes the first. These teams desperate, both fighting for that spot. Yeah. Wasatch,
I don't know if, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I don't know if Corey knew that we're 14th in the RPI. They're 25th, so we're both in the hunt. You know what I mean?
For Spanish will definitely boost their
RPI.
Oh, my
goodness, yeah.
Obviously.
And could hurt us.
But to beat a 14 is really big.
I'd say more than boosting the RPI, it's going to boost that confidence. Go on the road and get a good Wasatch on the road.
Yeah, I agree.
And a 14.
How many are they going to take?
I believe it's 24 teams.
Okay.
And the top, what is it? JJ Sari with the steal. He's got a 1-on-2. He's going to go all the way. Misses the layup, but he is fouled. So
He's so good at anticipating off ball.
Very, very.
Reading a situation, reading the court, and anticipating where that's going to go.
Mentioned earlier, the steal defensively for Spanish Fork was Landon Leatherwood. Sari hits the first. Sari all of a sudden now with 15 points. Matching Lind.
I like the scoring spread out for this team that's on the floor. Ethan's been a little bit quiet, as is Miles in the fourth period, but you have other guys stepping up.
Ethan's kind of a facilitator, his role, and he does so well at that, and a defender. But
you know, and truth, honest with you, all those guys defend really well.
Yeah,
they really do.
It's almost more of a system.
They work super hard. There's no big chink in the armor. You know what I mean? Even if you bring guys like Carson Banke and Hinckley up, Hinckley's great defender.
Yeah, not only balanced on offense, but very balanced on defense.
And Caleb too. Caleb Smith has kind of had to make a living doing the little things. He kind of came out of his shell offensively last game, hoping to see that. But, you know, you step up. At this point in the season, you have to have different guys step up.
Coming out of the timeout, 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the game. Spanish Fork down 13. Wasatch up 63-50. A quick foul charged to Ethan Moore.
And they're going to call it tighter right now.
Yeah.
Especially that far away from the ball. You do something like that, you got to move your feet, Jeff.
That's Ethan Moore's fourth personal foul.
Got to move
Wasatch
your feet.
With 2 players and 4 fouls.
Refs always tend to call a game the closest, the first 4 minutes and the last 4 minutes.
Three-pointer good. That's Ryan Olson.
Man, I didn't see that come. I was just going to say, Landon Leatherwood has not had a look this half. They have shut him down. He was their three-point scorer of the first half.
Great back cuts.
Ball slapped from JJ. JJ's going to take an open three. Good.
Jeez. Act like you're trying, JJ. My goodness.
JJ Sari now with 19 points. There's the pass down low. That is blocked.
See what I'm saying? JJ
missed again.
Guy's an energizing.
Nate Hinckley comes up with it.
It is not in his DNA to let one go. You tell a kid, just stand straight up, put your hands on it. He's not doing that. Oh, come on, guys.
He just hit one and you leave him wide open for a heat check? I don't think so.
And you're just stretching this into a bigger lead.
JJ Sari, 22 points.
Has a way to make it look easy.
And you were asking not just the shots making, Corey, but you were asking for the assists.
I was going, geez. You know, JJ was my MVP before that. Ethan's starting to make a run for it. And then here comes Sam Lind. I'm like, well, it's probably going to be Sam tonight. And then JJ just goes off for. I wish you could give it to 3 people, but folks, that's not how it works.
We will be interviewing one of the players immediately following the game. We'll grab them right after they shake hands. We'll bring them up.
I love these guys are making it hard to pick an MVP.
Aaron Dunn hits both. Dunn himself not on the board. I think he's got to be at 21 points. JJ Sari.
I don't want to see the kid get hurt.
Went up for the dunk.
Oh, he's coming out. Coach McClure was not happy with that.
And Aaron Dunn with the basket.
Aaron Dunn.
Full court pressure. Lead is 14. 13, I take it back. Down to 40 seconds. And there's a steal.
Yeah, just going to.
You cannot let up.
Sorry, Ryan Olson. Sorry, Corey.
Oh, is that on us?
Yeah, so
what happened there?
So Olson took it from Miles Brown, and Miles quickly fouled him.
I'm telling you, Miles has got to be one of the most unlucky foulers.
When we were cops, you called him a crap magnet. Like every time, every night he went out, he just the crap attack. Miles the foul magnet.
Yeah.
Right? And we just said when the game started, we're like, I just want Miles to
play clean, be able to play in the game.
Because he's a rebounder offensively. Dude, he's got inside-outside game.
J.J. Sari comes out of the game. Caleb Smith checks in. 36 seconds.
And Coach McClure is going to have a little heart-to-heart there.
Well, like
J.J.
I got to say, I thought that was a great drive. He was just a little short. But why not?
I don't blame the kid for trying.
Yeah.
But I don't blame the coach for coaching either.
Coach
exactly.
Like, I need you the rest of the season. And if you have a blown knee or something because you're...
Exactly.
We have a 16-point lead.
Yeah.
And situation.
And then we tell him, Coach McClure, he's 16. And he's playing, and that's a big crowd right there. I gotta give it to student body. That is a nice crowd. Good for them.
Ethan Moore at the line, guys. I'm pining for Ethan Moore to talk with him. What do you guys?
I'm gonna give it JJ.
JJ Sari. Okay.
Yeah, I think JJ. He opened the game up, cracked it open. He's just done a lot of good things. And I'd like to see.
Sam Lynn misses the second.
The thing about it is Ethan hasn't been close. He's done a lot of good things, but he hasn't been close to our player of the game.
So final clock down to 12 seconds. Spanish Fork is going to get the open layup. That is Austin Weeks, and that's all. That'll do it. So a huge win for Wasatch, 70-59. And I'm going to go grab J.J. Sari.
JJ, yep. I was really thinking Sam, but I think you nailed it when you said he cracked it open. And
he cracked it open. It got close, and then he went off again. So
I think JJ did. You always look for MVPs and player of the game, things like that. Who made the biggest impact or changed the game when they were on the floor?
And maybe we do a defensive player or a hardworking play that if Ace would sponsor us, we'd do the Ace player of the game. Or maybe it could be the Clint Kelly construction. He does a little bit of everything.
The tool, right?
Yeah.
The multi-tool. I don't know. I don't want to call a kid a tool.
Yeah, I know. Everybody takes it the wrong way.
I know.
But good game tonight.
That's a solid win.
Spanish Fork did some really great things, but man.
Well, one thing I was really impressed with is their scrappiness. Is the lack of word that I could think of, because I don't mean that in a negative way.
No.
All the way, and that's what got them right back into that 2-point game.
I said the same thing about the girls' team. Top to bottom, when you play Spanish Fork team, you will always get hard-nosed kids. Hard-nosed kids. So we'll give it over. And we selected him because he starts the game off killing it, and then score gets close, and he brings us out again. So you got to tell us. You have to tell us verbatim. What did Coach say to you on that last one? Okay, so the other two were like, "Oh,
we only got 30 seconds, Ken."
I'm like, bro, don't get hurt.
I saw the lane. I tried to go for it. That was not the call at all.
I thought it was great.
Coach wanted us to pull it out.
We have J.J. Sari here with us. Post game, a big win for Wasatch. Tell me a little bit about how big of a win this is for you guys after a couple of tough losses.
This is huge. The guys really responded tonight. We had multiple guys in double figures. That's amazing to see.
5 guys.
5 guys?
Yes.
That's unbelievable.
And what specifically have you been working on? I mean, it's not a pity party. I know you lost a few games, but what have you specifically really been working on as a team?
Big emphasis was towards our defense. We had to bring it, and I think we did. Our goal was to hold them to 13 points each quarter. I think we pretty much did that.
Okay. So. And for you, JJ, tell me a little bit. Just a month or 2 months ago, you were in a boot.
Yeah.
What have you been trying to do for yourself to get yourself ready for these games?
I've been trying to get my instincts back, not playing the game for so long, and I think they're
That's all you
pretty
can
much
say.
back. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit quickly before we let you go. Coach McClure, you guys attaching, you starting to learn with each other, really getting to know each other?
Yeah, he's a phenomenal coach. He does a great job. He knows exactly what we need, and it's fun to play with him.
So the next week or two, really important. You guys are ranked 14th in the RPI, which is huge.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit, what do you think the focus will be now over the next couple of games? I know you don't want to look too far down the road.
Yeah.
But it's one game at a time. But what do you think is going to be the focus?
Our goal is to make it to the second round of playoffs, and I think right now if we start winning games, we're in a spot to have a first round bye, which would be huge for us. I think that's our goal from here on out.
JJ Sari tonight, I wrote down the numbers. Sorry, I should have known that. Right there, 22 points. But many unselfish things, too. Well done. Congratulations to you, and congratulations. Good luck with the next week or two.
Thank you, Coach.
JJ Sari with us, taking a minute, and go with your coach so we don't make him mad. All right, so JJ Sari with us. Like we mentioned, 22 points. But the whole team, 5 different guys, double digits in scoring. And we're looking at these final scores. Ethan Moore, 12 points and a whole all-around game. Miles Brown, 11 points. JJ Sari, 22. Sam Lind absolutely exploded in the second half. 16 points after just 4 points in the first half. And, we're looking at a team, again, as JJ mentioned, just really important to get these wins, especially at home, but in this super, super tough Region 7. Looking a little bit ahead now for Wasatch. Let's see, we've got Wasatch now has another home game this next Tuesday night. So after this big win against Spanish Fork, they have a really big game. Maple Mountain comes into town on Tuesday night. So that will also be the case for the girls game. Final score once again here with the boys, Wasatch 70 and Spanish Fork 59. A big night for the team. The girls earlier, if you hadn't catch that, the girls won 63-38 over Spanish Fork as well. The girls right now ranked 3rd in the RPI. You might have mentioned, I don't have the guys here, but the RPI is what determines where the teams will play in the final tournament. If it were today, Wasatch would almost have an opportunity to host in the first round. And they're in last. Well, they're no longer in last in the Region 7. That's how unimportant places in the region are. It's more about the RPI. So Wasatch will most definitely get extra points, maybe even move up a little bit from the 14. We will have more to do on that coming up later. So for the guys, and I just don't see them. Oh, they're right there. The guys are right there and calling out. I don't know if you guys want to say anything else about the game. So I don't know if you guys want to say anything else about the game, if anybody's even watching.
So but, what was the final verdict? What did Coach say to JJ?
He said he just said kind of similar. JJ actually admitted himself. He says, "Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done it." And I told him I thought it was wide open. Do it. But you said the most important thing I thought was just be careful. Yeah. And maybe that's what he said.
And you had the game in hand. The opposing coach. You saw what happened. Atlanta Falcons went after one of the coaches over a late touchdown, and he didn't advocate that. The coach didn't care.
Yeah.
But it's a you're respecting the profession a little bit. But my thing is with JJ is, dude, you're doing that in traffic, and he came down hard there. That's the last thing. We'd be mortified he got that. But,
that would have been tough.
But played a great game, and a lot of guys could have won that MVP too, Brent.
Yeah.
So balanced on both sides.
Yeah.
That's what I'm impressed with tonight.
JJ mentioned that. He says, how many guys in double figures?
Sure.
And so I think that's important to them, the team thing, the assists, and
especially down the stretch when, hey, everybody's got film. This film is uploaded. It'll be uploaded about 30 minutes, and that other coach that we play next he's gonna have it broke down, and he's gonna know your weakness. He's gonna know who to shut down. If you got 4 or 5 kids that are dropping 10, 15 points, and Ethan Moore, they're like, hey, this when I'm coaching and I'm lining up before we go out there, like, okay, this guy can hurt us. This guy can hurt us. So I like it.
Guys, final thoughts. Corey, for you? You had a chance to finally come visit it with us.
Yeah. a lot of fires put out tonight, but always enjoyable, and what a fun atmosphere. I want to give something to the student section tonight.
Yeah.
I was filling the house.
You know, it's Corey, I know you're still going, but it was full over here, too.
Yeah.
The parents.
Yeah. Just a good atmosphere.
Community support. And then Dan Ivey over here, probably the biggest supporter of this school. He didn't even have the kids playing. And Dan comes to this stuff. Dan was at a wrestling match last night, so great support. We had a superintendent here. We have Jason Watt here.
Yep.
The assistant superintendent, very well attended by the. And he put on a great show. Both games were great. I mean, listen, we were better than both girls and boys. We were the better team tonight.
Yeah, these are one of those games, track games, the ones you have to win.
Jace.
And it's sometimes hard to do that, to get up and play sharp on one that. And I think they both played the game that they wanted to, and the outcome shows.
And you know what? I think the kids feed off that. You guys both coach, and I'm sure Coach Martindale, there's one sport that is a little under-publicized is volleyball, and I know that. And, I mean, it is such a fun sport to watch. But, man, when the crowd is here and getting into it, man, it is fun. And it does. It affects the team. The team is going to play better when this place is hence JJ trying to dunk it with 30 seconds left on over three guys.
Well, when you talk about crowds, and I mean, watching some of the interviews that teams that have been going into Provo Marriott Center for the Big 12 basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, Kansas, who was it? The one that just came and got beat by BYU, Kansas State. That coach says he's been in the Big 12 for how many years, and he's never been in a crowd like that.
That's quite an environment.
Yeah.
And that really makes a difference. So.
My take on that, but I am LDS, but I think the less intoxicated you are, I think you can actually cheer better. So
maybe
a little more coherent in your attack.
Some people would argue that, but yeah, it's the fan base is great.
I don't know. I went to a lot of games in Laramie.
Yeah. Dude. Enough said. You got me on that one.
All right, guys. Well, I think the kids are probably wanting to go home. So for Corey Lang and the gang, great job, all of you. And Corey, I don't know how you do it with putting fires out.
Guys, Corey started this at 9:30 this morning. We're texting, and I didn't mean it. I said, Corey's starting at 9. I'll be there 9 minutes early. And seriously, I was here 9 minutes early.
Well, we're happy to do it.
And for Ken, great job. And I'm Brent Martindale, so thanks for joining us, StingTV. Tuesday night, Maple Mountain comes to town, both girls and boys. That'll be our next StingTV broadcast. So
join us then.
Thanks,
all
guys.
Right. Take care. Thanks for joining us, StingTV.